I Am That Talks with Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj, Chapter 85. I Am, the foundation of all experience. What you need for your salvation is already within your reach. Use it. Investigate what you know to its very end, and you will reach the unknown layers of your being. Go further, and the unexpected will explode in you and shatter all. Questioner: I hear you making statements about yourself like, I am timeless, immutable, beyond attributes. How do you know these things, and what makes you say them? Maharaj: I am only trying to describe the state before the I am arose. But the state itself, being beyond the mind and its language, is indescribable. Questioner: The I am is the foundation of all experience. What you are trying to describe must also be an experience, limited and transitory. You speak of yourself as immutable. I hear the sound of the word. I remember its dictionary meaning. But the experience of being immutable I do not have. How can I break through the barrier and know personally, intimately, what it means to be immutable? Maharaj: The word itself is the bridge. Remember it. Think of it. Explore it. Go around it. Look at it from all directions. Dive into it with earnest perseverance. Endure all delays and disappointments until suddenly the mind turns around, away from the word, towards the reality beyond the word. It is like trying to find a person knowing his name only. A day comes when your inquiries bring you to him and the name becomes reality. Words are valuable, for between the word and its meaning there is a link, and if one investigates the word assiduously, one crosses beyond the concept into the experience at the root of it. As a matter of fact, such repeated attempts to go beyond the words is what is called meditation. Sadhana is but a persistent attempt to cross over from the verbal to the nonverbal. The task seems hopeless until suddenly all becomes clear and simple, and so wonderfully easy. But as long as you are interested in your present way of living, you will shirk from the final leap into the unknown. Questioner: Why should the unknown interest me? Of what use is the unknown? Maharaj: Of no use whatsoever, but it is worthwhile to know what keeps you within the narrow confines of the known. It is the full and correct knowledge of the known that takes you to the unknown. You cannot think of it in terms of uses and advantages. To be quiet and detached, beyond the reach of all self-concern, all selfish consideration, is an inescapable condition of liberation. You may call it death. To me, it is living at its most meaningful and intense. For I am one with life in its totality and fullness, intensity, meaningfulness, harmony. What more do you want? Questioner: Nothing more is needed, of course, but you are talking of the knowable. Maharaj: Of the unknowable, only silence talks. The mind can talk only about what it knows. If you diligently investigate the knowable, it dissolves and only the unknowable remains. But with the first flicker of imagination and interest, the unknowable is obscured and the known comes to the forefront. The known, the changing, is what you live with. The unchangeable is of no use to you. It is only when you are satiated with the changeable and long for the unchangeable that you are ready for the turning round and stepping into what can be described, when seen from the level of the mind, as emptiness and darkness. For the mind craves content and variety, while reality is, to the mind, contentless and invariable. Questioner. It looks like death to me, Maharaj. It is. It is also all-pervading, all-conquering, intense beyond words. No ordinary brain can stand it without being shattered. Hence, the absolute need for sadhana, purity of the body and clarity of the mind, non-violence and selflessness in life are essential for survival as an intelligent and spiritual entity. Questioner. Are there entities in reality? Maharaj. Identity is reality. Reality is identity. Reality is not a shapeless mass, a wordless chaos. It is powerful, aware, blissful. Compared to it, your life is like a candle to the sun. Questioner. By the grace of God and your teacher, you lost all desire and fear and reached the immovable state. My question is simple. How do you know that your state is immovable? Maharaj. Only the changeable can be thought of and talked about. The unchangeable can only be realized in silence. Once realized, it will deeply affect the changeable while remaining unaffected itself. Questioner. How do you know that you are the witness? Maharaj. I do not know. I am. I am because to be, everything must be witnessed. Questioner. Existence can also be accepted on hearsay. Maharaj. Still, finally you come to the need of a direct witness. Witnessing, if not personal and actual, must at least be possible and feasible. Direct experience is the final proof. Questioner. Experience may be faulty and misleading. Maharaj. Quite so. But not the fact of an experience. Whatever may be the experience, true or false, the fact of an experience taking place cannot be denied. It is its own proof. Watch yourself closely and you will see that whatever be the content of consciousness, the witnessing of it does not depend on the content. Awareness is itself and does not change with the event. The event may be pleasant or unpleasant, minor or important, but awareness is the same. Take note of the peculiar nature of pure awareness. Its natural self-identity without the least trace of self-consciousness, and go to the root of it, and you will soon realize that awareness is your true nature, and nothing you may be aware of can you call your own. Questioner. Are you not conscious and its content? Are you not consciousness and its content one and the same? Maharaj. Consciousness is like a cloud in the sky, and the water drops are the content. The cloud needs the sun to become visible, and consciousness needs to be focused in awareness. Questioner. Is it not awareness a form of consciousness? Maharaj. When the content is viewed without likes and dislikes, the consciousness of it is awareness. But still, there is a difference between awareness as reflected in consciousness and pure awareness beyond consciousness. Reflected awareness, the sense I am aware, is the witness, while pure awareness is the essence of reality. The reflection of the sun in a drop of water is a reflection of the sun, no doubt, but not the sun itself. Between awareness reflected in consciousness as the witness and pure awareness, there is a gap which the mind cannot cross. Questioner: does it not depend on the way you look at it? The mind says there is a difference. The heart says there's none. Maharaj: of course there is no difference. The real sees the real in the unreal. It is the mind that creates the unreal, and it is the mind that sees the false as false. Questioner: I understood that the experience of the real follows the seeing of the false as false. Maharaj: there is no such thing as the experience of the real. The real is beyond experience. All experience is in the mind. You know the real by being real. Questioner: if the real is beyond words and the mind, why do we talk so much about it? Maharaj: for the joy of it, of course. The real is bliss supreme. Even to talk of it is happiness. Questioner: I hear you talking of the unshakable and blissful. What is in your mind when you use these words? Maharaj: there is nothing in my mind. As you hear the words, so do I hear them. The power that makes everything happen makes them also happen. Questioner: but you are speaking, not me. Maharaj: that is how it appears to you. As I see it, two body minds exchange symbolic noises. In reality, nothing happens. Questioner: listen, sir. I am coming to you because I am in trouble. I am a poor soul, lost in a world I do not understand. I'm afraid of Mother Nature who wants me to grow, procreate, and die. When I ask for the meaning and the purpose of all this, she does not answer. I have come to you because I was told that you are kind and wise. You talk about the changeable as false and transient, and this I can understand. But when you talk of the immutable, I feel lost. Not this, not that, beyond knowledge, of no use. Why talk of it at all? Does it exist, or is it a concept only, a verbal opposite to the changeable? Maharaj: it is. It alone is. But in your present state, it is of no use to you. Just like the glass of water near your bed is of no use to you when you dream that you are dying of thirst in a desert. I'm trying to wake you up, whatever your dream. Questioner: please don't tell me that I am dreaming and that I will soon wake up. I wish it were so, but I am awake and in pain. You talk of a painless state, but you add that I cannot have it in my present condition. I feel lost. Maharaj: don't feel lost. I only say that to find the immutable is and blissful, you must give up your hold on the mutable and painful. You are concerned with your own happiness, and I'm telling you that there is no such thing. Happiness is never your own. It is where the I is not. I do not say it is beyond your reach. You have only to reach out beyond yourself, and you will find it. Questioner: if I must go beyond myself, why did I get the I am idea in the first place? Maharaj: the mind needs a center to draw a circle. The circle may grow bigger, and with every increase there will be a change in the sense I am. A man who has taken himself in hand, a yogi, will draw a spiral, yet the center will remain, however vast the spiral. A day comes when the entire enterprise is seen as false and is given up. The central point is no more, and the universe becomes the center. Questioner: yes, maybe, but what am I to do now? Maharaj: assiduously watch your ever-changing life. Probe deep. I am that. Talks with Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj. Chapter 86. The unknown is the home of the real. You gain freedom from desire and fear, which are entirely due to wrong uses of the mind. Mere mental knowledge is not enough. The known is accidental. The unknown is the home of the real. To live in the known is bondage. To live in the unknown is liberation. Questioner: who is the Guru and who is the Supreme Guru? Maharaj: all that happens in your consciousness is your Guru, and pure awareness beyond consciousness is the Supreme Guru. Questioner: my Guru is Sri Babaji. What is your opinion of him? Maharaj: what a question to ask. The space in Bombay is asked, what is it? What is its opinion of the space in Pune? The names differ, but not the space. The word Babaji is merely an address. Who lives under the address? You ask questions when you are in trouble. Inquire who is giving trouble and to whom. Questioner: I understand everybody is under the obligation to realize. Is it his duty or is it his destiny? Maharaj: realization is of the fact that you are not a person. Therefore, it cannot be the duty of the person whose destiny is to disappear. Its destiny is the duty of the one who imagines himself to be the person. Find out who he is, and the imagined person will dissolve. Freedom is from something. What are you to be free from? Obviously, you must be free from the person you take yourself to be, for it is the idea you have of yourself that keeps you in bondage. Questioner: how is the person removed? Maharaj: by determination, understanding that it must go and wish it to go. It shall go if you are earnest about it. Somebody, anybody will tell you that you are pure consciousness, not a body-mind. Accept it as a possibility and investigate earnestly. You may discover that it is not so, that you are not a person bound in space and time. Think of the difference it would make. Questioner: if I am not a person, then what am I? Maharaj: wet cloth looks, feels, and smells differently as long as it is wet. When dry, it is again normal cloth. Water has left it, and who can make out that it was wet? Your real nature is not like what you appear to be. Give up the idea of being a person, that is all. You need not become what you are anyhow. There is the identity of what you are, and there is the person superimposed on it. All you know is the person, the identity, which is not a person. You do not know, for you never doubted, never asked yourself the crucial question, who am I? The identity is the witness of the person, and sadhana consists of shifting the emphasis from the superficial and changeful person to the immutable and ever-present witness. Questioner. How is it that the question, who am I, attracts me little? I prefer to spend my time in the sweet companion of saints. Maharaj. Abiding in your own being is also holy company. If you have no problem of suffering and release of suffering, you will not find the energy and persistence needed for self-inquiry. You cannot manufacture a crisis. It must be genuine. Questioner. How does a genuine crisis happen? Maharaj. It happens every moment, but you are not alert enough. A shadow on your neighbor's face, the immense and all-pervading sorrow of existence, is a constant factor in your life, but you refuse to take notice. You suffer and see others suffer, but you don't respond. Questioner. What you say is true, but what can I do about it? Such indeed is the situation. My helplessness and dullness are a part of it. Maharaj. Good enough. Look at yourself steadily. It is enough. The door that locks you in is also the door that lets you out. The I am is the door. Stay at it until it opens. As a matter of fact, it is open. Only you are not at it. You are waiting at the non-existent painted doors, which will never open. Questioner. Many of us have taken drugs at some time. People told us to take drugs in order to break through the higher levels of consciousness. Others advised us to have abundant sex for the same purpose. What is your opinion in the matter? Maharaj. No doubt, a drug that can affect your brain can also affect your mind and give you all the strange experiences promised. But what are all the drugs compared to the drug that gave you this most unusual experience of being born and living in sorrow and fear, in search of happiness which does not come or does not last? You should inquire into the nature of this drug and find an antidote. Birth, life, death, they are one. Find out what caused them. Before you were born, you were already drugged. What kind of drug was it? You may cure yourself of all diseases, but if you are still under the influence of the primordial drug, of what use are the superficial cures? Questioner. Is it not karma that causes rebirth? Maharaj. You may change the name, but the fact remains. What is the drug which you call karma or destiny? It made you believe yourself to be what you are not. What is it, and can you be free of it? Before you go further, you must accept, at least as a working theory, that you are not what you appear to be, that you are under the influence of a drug. Only then will you have the urge and the patience to examine the symptoms and search for their common cause. All that a guru can tell you is, my dear sir, you are quite mistaken about yourself. You are not the person you think yourself to be. Trust nobody, not even yourself. Search, find out, remove and reject every assumption until you reach the living waters and the rock of truth, until you are free of the drug. All your religions, sciences, prayers, and yogas are of no use to you because they are based on a mistake. They strengthen it. But if you stay with the idea that you are not the body nor the mind, not even their witnesses, but altogether beyond. Your mind will grow in clarity, your desires in purity, and your actions in charity. And that inner distillation will take you to another world, a world of truth and fearless love. Resist your old habits of feeling and thinking. Continue telling yourself, no, not so. It cannot be so. I am not like this. I do not need it. I do not want it. And a day will surely come when the entire structure of error and despair will collapse and the ground will be free for a new life. After all, you must remember that all your preoccupations with yourself are only during waking hours and partly in your dreams. In sleep, all is put aside and forgotten. It shows how unimportant your waking life is, even to yourself, that merely lying down and closing the eyes can end it. Each time you go to sleep, you do so without the least certainty of waking up, and yet you accept the risk. Questioner: when you sleep, are you conscious or unconscious? Maharaj: I remain conscious, but not conscious of being a particular person. Questioner: can you give us a taste of the experience of self-realization? Maharaj: take the whole of it. Here, it is here for the asking. But you do not ask. Even when you ask, you do not take. Find out what prevents you from taking. Questioner: I know what prevents me, my ego. Maharaj: then get busy with your ego. Leave me alone. As long as you are locked up within your mind, my state is beyond your grasp. Questioner: I find I have no more questions to ask. Maharaj: were you really at war with your ego? You would have asked many more questions. You are short of questions because you are not really interested. At present, you are moved by the pleasure-pain principle, which is the ego. You are going along with the ego. You're not fighting it. You're not even aware of how totally you are swayed by the personal considerations. A man should be always in revolt against himself, for the ego, like a crooked mirror, narrows down and distorts. It is the worst of all tyrants. It dominates you absolutely. Questioner: when there is no I, who is free? Maharaj: when the world is free of a mighty nuisance, good enough. Questioner: good for whom? Maharaj: good for everybody. It is like a rope stretched across the street. It snarls up traffic. Roll it up. It is there as mere identity, useful when needed. Freedom from the ego self is the fruit of self-inquiry. Questioner: there was a time when I was most displeased with myself. Now that I have met my Guru, I am at peace after having surrendered myself to him completely. Maharaj: if you watch your daily life, you will see that you have surrendered nothing. You have merely added the word surrender to your vocabulary and made your Guru into a peg to hang your problems on. Real surrender means doing nothing unless prompted by the Guru. You step, so to speak, aside and let your Guru live your life. You merely watch and wonder how easily he solves the problems which to you seemed insoluble. Questioner. As I sit here, I see the room, the people. I see you too. How does it look from your end? What do you see? Maharaj. Nothing. I look, but I do not see in the sense of creating images clothed with judgments. I do not describe nor evaluate. I look, I see you, but neither attitude nor opinion cloud my vision. And when I turn my eyes away, my mind does not allow memory to linger. It is at once free and fresh for the next impression. Questioner. As I am here looking at you, I cannot locate the event in space and time. There is something eternal and universal about the transmission of wisdom that is taking place. 10,000 years earlier or later would make no difference. The event itself is timeless. Maharaj. Man does not change much over the ages. Human problems remain the same and call for the same answers. Your being conscious of what you call transmission of wisdom shows that wisdom has not been transmitted. When you have it, you are no longer conscious of it. What is really your own, you are not conscious of. What you are conscious of is neither you nor yours. Yours is the power of perception, not what you perceive. It is a mistake to take the conscious to be the whole of man. Man is the unconscious, the conscious, and the superconscious. But you are not the man. Yours is the cinema screen, the light as well as the seeing power, but the picture is not you. Questioner. Must I search for the Guru, or shall I stay with whomever I have found? Maharaj. The very question shows that you have not yet found one. As long as you have not realized, you will move from Guru to Guru, but when you have found yourself, the search will end. A Guru is a milestone. When you are on the move, you pass so many milestones. When you have reached your destination, it is the last one alone that mattered. In reality, all mattered at their own time and none matters now. Questioner. You seem to give no importance to the Guru. He is merely an incident among others. Maharaj. All incidents contribute, but none is crucial. On the road, each step helps you to reach your destination, and each is as crucial as the other. For each step must be made. You cannot skip it. If you refuse to make it, you are stuck. Questioner. Everybody sings the glories of the Guru while you compare him to a milestone. Don't we need a Guru? Maharaj. Don't we need a milestone? Yes and no. Yes, if you were uncertain. No, if we know our way. Once we are certain in ourselves, the Guru is no longer needed, except in a technical sense. Your mind is an instrument after all, and you should know how to use it. As long as you are taught the uses, as you are taught the uses of your body, so you should know how to use your mind. Questioner. What do I gain by learning to use my mind? Maharaj. You gain freedom from desire and fear, which are entirely due to wrong uses of the mind. Mere mental knowledge is not enough. The known is accidental. The unknown is the home of the real. To live in the known is bondage. To live in the unknown is liberation. Questioner. I have understood that all spiritual practice consists of the elimination of the personal self. Such practice demands iron determination and relentless application. Where do some find the integrity and energy for such work? Maharaj, you find it in the company of the wise. Questioner, how do I know who is wise and who is merely clever? Maharaj, if your motives are pure, you seek truth and nothing else, you will find the right people. Finding them is easy. What is difficult is to trust them and take full advantage of their advice and guidance. Questioner, is the waking state more important for spiritual practice than sleep? Maharaj, on the whole, we attach too much importance to the waking state. Without sleep, the waking state would be impossible. Without sleep, one goes mad or dies. Why attach so much importance to waking consciousness, which is obviously dependent on the unconscious? Not only the conscious, but the unconscious as well should be taken care of in our spiritual practice. Questioner, how does one attend to the unconscious? Maharaj, keep the I am in the focus of awareness. Remember that you are. Watch yourself ceaselessly, and the unconscious will flow into the conscious without any special effort on your part. Wrong desires and fears, false ideas, social inhibitions are blocking and preventing its free interplay with the conscious. Once free to mingle, the two become one, and the one becomes all. The person merges into the witness into awareness, awareness into pure being. Yet identity is not lost, only its limitations are lost. It is transfigured and becomes the real self, the Satguru, the eternal friend and guide. You cannot approach it in worship. No external activity can reach the inner self. Worship and prayers remain on the surface only. To go deeper, meditation is essential. The striving to go beyond the states of sleep, dream, and waking. In the beginning, the attempts are irregular. Then they recur more often, become regular, then continuous and intense, until all obstacles are conquered. Maharaj, obstacle to what? Questioner, obstacle to what? Maharaj, to self-forgetting. Questioner, if worship and prayers are ineffectual, why do you worship daily with songs and music, the image of your guru? Maharaj, those who want to do it, I see no purpose of interfering. Questioner, but you take part in it. Maharaj, yes, it appears so. But why be so concerned with me? Give all your attention to the question, what is it that makes me conscious, until your mind becomes the question itself and cannot think of anything else. Questioner, all and sundry are urging me to meditate. I find no zest in meditation, but I am interested in many other things. Some I want very much, and my mind goes to them. My attempts at meditation are so half-hearted. What am I to do? Maharaj, ask yourself, to whom does all this happen? Use everything as an opportunity to go within. Light your way by burning up obstacles in the intensity of awareness. When you happen to desire or fear, it is not the desire or fear that is wrong and must go, but the person who desires and fears. There is no point in fighting desires and fears, which may be perfectly natural and justified. It is the person who is weighed by them that is the cause of mistakes, past and future. This person should be carefully examined and its falseness seen. Then its power over you will end. After all, it subsides each time you go to sleep. In deep sleep, you are not a self-conscious person, yet you are alive. When you are alive and conscious but no longer self-conscious, you are not a person anymore. During the waking hours, you are as if on stage playing a role, but what are you when the play is over? You are what you are. What you were before the play began, you remain when it is over. Look at yourself as performing on the stage of life. Splendid or clumsy, but you are not in it. You merely watch it with interest and sympathy, of course, but keeping in mind all the time that you are only watching while the play live is going on. Questioner. You are always stressing the cognitive aspect of reality. You hardly ever mention affection and will. Never. Maharaj. Will, affection, bliss, striving, and enjoying are so deeply tainted with the personal that they cannot be trusted. Only awareness can give the clarification and purification needed at the very start of the journey. Love and will shall have their turn, but the ground must be prepared. The sun of awareness must rise first, all else will follow.